We have this topic, which last time we talked about the impact of the press on the Nigerian economy, where we had the proprietor of Business Day, Frank Izeogu, who spent some time with us along with the panel. Today, we're talking about the impact of the entertainment industry on the Nigerian economy, the ways forward for greater results. Let me invite Bada Akintunde Johnson, the country manager for Viacoms CBS, who is sponsoring this event today, to sort of share their thoughts on this entertainment industry, the impact on the Nigerian economy, and all the things that go around that. And then after that, we'll sort of have questions and answers and see how we can get a conversation going. So, Bada, welcome. The floor is yours.
I'd like to focus a little bit on some of the things that we have done in the time that we've been here. Since 2005, for instance, especially with our flagship channel, MTV Base, we've come into the market, we've identified certain needs, specifically in the area of just improving the quality of what we're creating. Of course, I'll have to reference our Making the Video initiative in 2005, which at the time allowed for young Nigerians to be trained by international and world-class music video directors. At a time when Nigerian music was great, but you'd agree with me that there was not a lot of quality behind the visuals that we made at the time. And so we taught the industry how to make music videos, and we started to play Nigerian music videos at a time when only about 5% of content on TV was local. And we switched the paradigm around, and today most music channels on our continent must play local music. At least 80 to 90% of their content has to be local music, because that's what the local audiences have appetite for these days. But that never used to be the case, or that wasn't the case until we came in 2005. And as I'll get into more details of later, you would find that our impact on the continent hasn't been limited to just the content across our brands like MTV Base, BET, Nickelodeon, and Comedy Central. We've also extended. We have the biggest kids and family event in Nigeria called NICFest, which for the past 3 years has afforded Nigerian families just a unique opportunity over a 2-day period to have fun and to bond and to meet some of the iconic characters that maybe some of us grew up watching on TV, like Dora the Explorer, SpongeBob, and all of those proprietary Nickelodeon characters live right here in Lagos. And that speaks to, again, the belief that we have in this continent to continue to drive entertainment, to drive development within that space. As we speak, we're just a few days away from launching one of the biggest investments in content on the African continent, a telenovela that we've commissioned in South Africa called the Sono, which is employing hundreds of not only South African talents, but also Pan-African talents, because there are Nigerian storylines and Nigerian members of cast on that production as well. MTV Sugar continues to play a huge role in just sensitizing and educating the young populations of Africa about gender-based violence issues around reproductive health and sexual health, and year on year we keep recording success in just in the ability of the content to drive behavioral change and to reduce the incidences of infection of HIV and chlamydia and other diseases that we focused on. And this year we commissioned the first francophone version of MTV Sugar. So Viacom CBS continues to play a key role, a pivotal role across the continent. And like I said, with our key focus being South Africa and Nigeria, of course, in East Africa as well, in Kenya, Tanzania, and other parts of Africa. And the MTV Africa Music Awards, which is back in February in Kampala, is the definitive platform for celebration of African music. Just being able to put the best of our music talent on a global stage has proven very key in how the world has accepted and come to appreciate the quality of music that continues to come out of Africa. The BET Awards, one of our international platforms, has continued to reward excellence in African music over the last 3 years. The best international act category has been won by Nigerians, Davido and twice Burna Boy back to back. We've ensured that recipients of such awards get their award on the main stage and are able to tell a unique African story. I remember when Davido picked up his award 3 years ago, he was deliberate to say to the rest of the world, please forget what international news media tells you about Africa. Come to Africa, come eat our food, come wear our clothes, and enjoy all of the goodness that Africa has got to offer. And I think that things like that are put very key in just changing the narrative, of Africa on the global stage. So for us, these are critical, areas we continue to add value, and we continue to look for more opportunities. But it's so key that we're able to engage other stakeholders in being able to deliver greater value, greater opportunities, and greater amplification of the African story on the global stage.
The next person that I want to pull on board is Jude, MI, a good friend of mine. Jude, great to see you again. And he's the founder of Tasck agency and hip-hop recording, the hip-hop recording artist. So at least we have one artist on the table today who can share with us his experience as an artist and also as a producer. Good to see you, MI. Over to you.
I just wonder how much more young Nigerians would accomplish if we get the support and the enabling ecosystem that we need. Unfortunately, some of these stories, I was listening to Moses and talk about it. Listening to Moses, and I was chatting with Kenneth a while back, and he was talking about the first time they raised money. I didn't know, but listening to Moses, it sounds as if one of their first partners was from SA. And a lot of times, especially from the Nigerian position, that story is always about outside funding. And it's sort of like every time I'm on the panel like this, it's sort of, to people that are watching, that are listening, that are part of organizations, to say like, hey, we need at some point to really start not just having cool panels with people that are successful in the entertainment industry. We really need to start to invest in this space. We really need to start to take it seriously, like seriously in the way that can actually change our country. We know that the product is valuable. We know that the energy is live. We know that the whole world is buying into it. And they are buying the real estate at a shocking pace. They're investing in young people. They're taking over everything. We wait 5 more years before the actual African funding shows up. There will be nothing left to purchase. Everything will be domiciled in America and the UK.
One of the things we discovered was that when we look at the relationship of Nigeria and South Africa, on the production, manufacturing, and heavy metal side, if I want to put it that way, there's very little going on. And you find us sort of struggling to sort of say, what's happening? A lot of stuff coming from South Africa in terms of equipment, components, manufacturing, trading, and all kinds of stuff is just this way. And I have said to the chamber that, guys, you know what? The entertainment industry, if I want to use that generic term, is an area in which we're so strong, and yet we're not capitalizing on it. We're not measuring. We're not seeing the potential that really exists. And I think when you look at the balance of payments between Nigeria and South Africa, apart from oil, which we claim, and because South Africa buys oil from us, and therefore we have an advantage in terms of having a positive balance of payments. In reality, in terms of that which engages the people, South Africa is ahead. But if you begin to value what we can put into the system, I think you'll see that there's a lot that can go on. Let's talk to Ms. Inya Lawal. She's the Chief Executive Officer and producer of Ascend Studios. They produce TV and feature content, talent management, and she manages the careers of talents of Africans in the diaspora. So, Inya, welcome on board. Let's have your opening statement, so to speak. And then
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for having me. Thank you, Bada. Thank you, Viacoms, CBS, and the Nigeria South African Chamber of Commerce for having me on this panel. I think I'll come into this conversation from a talent, production, and business point of view. As Bada earlier mentioned, we're blessed with talent and passion from our industry practitioners who continue to create one form of content or the other against all odds, and no matter what the challenges are. And I know that these challenges are second to none. And I know that a lot of our leading practitioners have also proudly represented the industry within and outside, to the point where it's becoming more attractive for people to get into. It's attracting both international and local investors gradually. And as they continue to invest, I'm sure would hire more people and more money would be made to contribute to the economy. But I think we can do more if we focus on capacity building for creatives, establishing funding models that work for us, and structured mentorship from people who are doing well and who have done well. On capacity building, I believe that we need to establish several training programs for our industry practitioners to put out competitive content. And for the film business, or for film business owners, there's a need to learn the business of film in Nigeria, so that there are the key opportunities we have. And some of you have mentioned earlier, I know Moses was mentioning some opportunities that we have. Those key opportunities can be looked into and we can tap into it. And then on the funding models, as the industry evolves, we have used different funding models so far. Some people have self-funded, there's funding from corporates, and there are efforts to get funding from the government, but we need to, part of what I think we need to do is to establish those funding models that would work for us. On structured mentorship, I feel like there's nothing better, there's no better way to slingshot your progress than to be mentored by people who have walked in the shoes that you're about to walk in, and also to share experiences with each other within the industry. At the moment, I serve as a secretary on the board of the Women in Film and TV International, and I also serve as the president of Women in Film and TV Africa, and I can say for a fact that there's great interest in Nigeria, as many across my network look forward to collaborating with Nigerian filmmakers, but we need to put things in place within the industry.